And we are back. So today, I'm gonna first have to give a quick warning because I see my internet's completely fucking out on me again. So there might be dips. I don't know. As long as we don't completely disconnect, it looks stable now, but it might, dip later. So I'm gonna apologize for that. Feel free to dislike if that is indeed the case. But yes, today we are gonna go back. And this is technically the third stream I've done with editing, but the fact that I'm labeling this as the second one because nothing really happened with the second one. It's just basically still going on with the rough cuts and stuff, and then yeah, that's pretty much what we did. We just went on with the rough cuts and we managed to finalize that, and the end product of the video is 1 minute and 10 seconds. So yeah, that's progress. So what we get to do now is we are going to start with phase 2, which basically just includes the zooms, and then after that we're gonna start doing the effects and stuff. So if you guys stay tuned, I'm gonna upload this, I guess, because this is gonna be more important because we're actually moving over to the next phase. So yeah, normally before I like starting a video, I enjoy having like a quick crossfade or dip to black. When a video starts, it doesn't really matter which one you use, that's up to preference. And but now, seeing that this thing starts off so quickly, me calling a guy an asshole, I'm just convinced and I'm just confident. Just asshole. Then yeah. So obviously for this now, for if you want to do the zoom, what I normally do, you can either do this one or two ways. Let's double click here, and we have that preview there. Then we go over here, we click these two arrows, go to effects controls, and this gives you pretty much every single thing that you would need to do, and you can just add more effects. Like this has your motion, which includes like position, scaling, rotation, anchor points, which I'll get into later. And I don't know what's this anti-flicker. I never really had to do that in my entire life. So let's start. And opacity, obviously, and I'll teach you guys everything. So right now I call these guys an asshole, and apparently it's like two guys. I don't know. There's one of two ways you can do this. If you click here on position, this will obviously just give you the X and Y axis of the video. So then you can position it that way, and this is just if you're trying to be very, and I mean very specific with where you want stuff to be. So I mean, I can even do that. You can make even your own like transitions if you just wanted to like swoosh in like this from the top. I've done that a million times. What I like to do is that this is also just something I figured out this year. I'm probably an idiot for not noticing. If you click on motion, then it immediately gives you free range to move the stuff anywhere you want. You can also activate this free range of moving the scene by double clicking on the preview, and then you can do with it whatever you want. And animating the stuff I'll get to when we need to do it. I don't think we need to. It's just going to be a quick rough cut up to like the guys I'm calling assholes. So let's first analyze and see what I actually said. Assholes. I might actually do a zoom in now thanks to that. The thing I don't understand about Premiere is that there isn't like a way so you can just immediately snap, like align your stuff like you can do in a lot of other Adobe apps. You can do that with like the text, but I still have absolutely no idea why you can't do that. So let's probably just zoom this in. Then we don't need to get it like 100% perfect. So okay. So okay, let's what I'm gonna just do is just the zooms, then we'll get to the memes and stuff, because sometimes I feel confident enough that we can actually how am I going to say this? We are actually going to I literally lost my train of thought right now. Let me just think. Oh yeah, the technique on how I usually edit, I'm just gonna do the zooms first and all that kind of stuff, just to emphasize the stuff that's happening on screen, to show people what you should be focusing on, what I'm reacting to. And sometimes I'll edit the memes as I'm doing the zooms as well, so that just depends how you guys want to do it. So I just, when I want to zoom now, let me do an animation one, why not? So what you see here, these are these clocks, these stopwatches here. If you activate them, you activate keyframes, and keyframes on videos are indicated by these little diamonds here. There are some extra stuff you can do. You can even tweak them with specific parameters and all that stuff, but that's only really if you want to do that. I don't need to do that because well, it's not really something I need. You can even put like easings and stuff, but I don't use that too often as well. I never actually needed to. But once you got that sorted out, what I'm essentially going to do now is I'm going to focus. Also, like I've mentioned, if you just click on this, the preview will only play, like for example, this is a small clip, so the end of this clip is essentially the end of that, not the overall. This is just to show you the end product. So let us go here. And yeah, so also a quick trick that you need to know is that the closer keyframes are to each other, that means the animation will finish up faster, and obviously the further, the longer it will take. So just need to play around. I mean, look, if I zoom in like this, then it will zoom in at that speed. Now let's say you don't necessarily have to delete that keyframe, you can just move it here, and then it's longer, and then you move it closer, and it's faster. I'm not going to go too in-depth with like, well, this is exactly the speed I actually want now that I see it, so let's just emphasize who are indeed the assholes. Yeah, we can just zoom in a bit more. This is just me just showing. So let's, oh fuck, I messed up. Okay, just, also if you want to snap to something, just hold in shift. Then you'll snap to the stuff immediately, then you don't need to necessarily position the thing or try being precise because you will always be off. So just hold in shift to make sure that everything snaps in perfectly. And so we'll click scale, or we'll just click on motion again. What I'm also going to do here, here on the left side, this is your quality control. Like I said, the lesser your quality is, the more smoother it'll go, and I think it's going to be easier on the GPU, so I like to keep it like that. And this just handles the zoom. So as you guys can see, if you zoom in just a little bit more, if you zoom out, you'll be able to see like the entire scene. Like that square is essentially how it's zoomed in into the scene. So as you guys have seen now, if it's fit, you can't always see that. So it's always sometimes useful to just zoom out so that you can position the stuff properly. So we want to say they are assholes, and then yeet, grab it over there, zoom. Now you can see you. Okay, wait, that animation just went up a little too fast, so let's do that. Edit my face into this, or I'll dislike the upload. Hey Cliff, how you doing? Do you really want me to do that again after what I did to you and Gaz? Remember, if I shout you guys out, something bad is gonna happen. So I make fun of myself regularly, so I guess I don't know. I'm gonna distort your face one way or another. That I know. So you're probably gonna dislike the thing anyway. So how you doing, dude? I'm now going to actually finally do the like. Interesting edits. So today we're going to be doing this green screen and the zooms. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so we just did a zoom now, but the thing's a little too fast. So click there, see the keyframes, take both of them, just drag them a lot further, reported. I need to find my list. I think that's like the 72nd time you've done that. And then, okay, and there you go. Assholes. What I also like to do is like, terms of like syllables, I think it's syllables, I don't remember what the fuck it is, then I'd like to like zoom in, like let's say it's assholes. Let me just see. Assholes. Okay, it's just here at the top of this. Also, a nice trick that you can do is if you click there and you delete it, you'll delete the cut, so then you can just adjust that. You can do something else, but it's also just something I figured out. So it's you. Yeah, this is also just going to be a little bit of an easy technique. As you guys can see here, you assholes, but then it's still on the zoom. Now, we don't want that. We want it here. So what we can do is, instead of just like, you can do this two ways. It's really to each their own, depending on what you want to do. Also, just if you want to remove the... I can actually also just do this now that I think about it. Just click here on the FX button, and then it'll remove the effects, as easy as that. So then you don't necessarily have to go and, if you don't want animations, you can also just position, delete that, scale, delete that, because I think it just carries over from the animation we did here. So yeah, so one way to do that, just deactivate the effects from there. I'm not sure if that is going to show up, if it's just going to hide it, if it's still going to be like that by the time that we export, but we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, power's going off 4 o'clock again, but thankfully I started earlier so we can get more done. So yeah, and you can also just, also what I was saying, like, let's say this is still the end result. And you want it to look like this again, you can just go over here, copy, then you can go over here and just paste attributes. Then it'll give you all the attributes that you want to paste over, but right now volume and stuff like that, we don't need to worry about that. If you have a bunch of different effects, as you can see here, you can pick what you want to have on it, and but right now we don't need that. We just want the motion, which is going to have the zoom, the position, and everything we need, and yeah, there you go, everything's sorted. But we want it zoomed in, so now we don't need a keyframe. Now all we just need to do, motion, what I like to do in the case like this, zoom, rotate a bit, zoom in on the focus point, and then we'll just repeat the same process, just basically opposite and more zoomed in. Why does the power go off? Because our country and government is useless. We have a power crisis called load shedding. I'm sure if you search for that on Google, it'll tell you every single thing you need to know, because I don't know, we are in like a financial thing, so we can't really maintain power. So the power goes off periodically, inconsistently, for up to like, I see it's not that bad nowadays. It's like just maybe 2.5 hours, but it used to be like for up to 4 hours. I guess it's depending on the stage of the load shedding that we're actually going into. And it's fine, I really don't mind it, but it's because they work inconsistently. Like they'll say the power goes off at 4, like literally 4 o'clock yesterday, before I ended the stream, then they said that the power is gonna go off at 4, and then 25 minutes later the power only just went off. So at least I did that beforehand. So like I said, it's not the fact of the matter that pisses me off that it happens, it's because the people who are in charge of turning the shit off is doing their job inconsistently. So yeah, if you search load shedding, I'm pretty sure they'll give you a good result on what it is. I don't really care, I just know it pisses me off when it happens, and it's always when I want to stream. That's what makes YouTube so hard. If I had the fucking, like, if my power would have been on for most of the time, I would be streaming for much longer, and I would do more uploads. But that's a rant for another day. If you remember, Matt was in here. He hosts a show called Rant Wars. I want to be a part of that. I'm just waiting for my webcam to get here, so it's not just my avatar, because that is going to be something I'm going to bitch. I am seriously going to bitch about fucking load shedding on there, so I can let the whole world know. No one likes it. I understand if they did their job right, it would have been a necessity, but they keep fucking around, being inconsistent. Sometimes power goes off earlier, sometimes power goes off later, sometimes power doesn't go at all, and yeah, I like it. You like load shedding. Believe me, dude, if it happened there in the UK, you'd be just as pissed off of me, because it really interrupts everything. So, yeah, let's just get back to the editing, because now I'm just ranting. I don't want to rant. So assholes, then we're just gonna do the exact same thing here, just like that. This counts as part of the zooms, the memes and stuff. I'm probably gonna actually do something I haven't done in a while. Just have like, I don't know. I'll get there. I'll explain it when I get there. So you. So I got hurt. I guess I can leave that zoomed out, and just where I swear I can just zoom in there. Oh shit. There we go. Double click there. Zoom in on me. Guess we can also do like a zoom and pan over thing. So we start off like this. Double click there. Drag to where Jack is. We add our 2 keyframes over here. So it's just. And here's something that's important. You need to add keyframes. So this button over here, you click these 2 to add a keyframe. A common mistake that people could... I don't know why it's not registering that other one. I just want that other fucking keyframe in. What the hell? Let me just zoom in, I guess. Or maybe just bring this panel out just so it's more exposed. There we go. We add those 2. You can actually just pan and automatically add one, but we don't want to do that yet, because that's some common mistake that a person can do. That, let's say, can we just talk about this? Why I added one there is because I want to have it a smooth like, or a fast like pan over to the guys that is the focus point, and then we can zoom in on them again. I just normally like zoom here because of the fact that I've mentioned if you zoom out then you can see the whole thing, but that's too much of a hassle. I'll just drag it there, easy. GG, easy. But a common mistake, like I've mentioned, is that sometimes you can do that, and then you think, oh, that's going to be the end point. But if you don't add those keyframes, then if we remove them, then it's going to keep panning to them, so it doesn't like emphasize me first. It immediately just goes over to them. So that's why you need to add like keyframes constantly. And then yeah. Now that's something I'm gonna add as a meme. So gun, we zoom. I'm gonna put, that's gonna be the first green screen. I'm gonna get that. Well, Cliff, seeing that you're here, let me teach you how green screens work. I'll do this one specially just for you. Go to wherever you save your elements. Have a shit ton, as I've mentioned before. So if people want to have something, I will indeed send it to them. Then we'll go over here. Let me just find it. I have a folder with video elements with green screen. So what I'm gonna do here, this is something I keep using constantly, and that's the MLG guns thing. I just need to find it quickly. Let me just type in MLG. So here we go. Not hit marker, the guns. Okay, so now we go here, we import that into the project, and then as we click here, there you see it, there's the green screen. So when I say guns, what we're gonna do is I want it where it's already firing, not just where they cock, so there it's shooting. And then what we're gonna do is take this, because we want the sound and the video, we'll just clip it a bit so that it's not the whole thing, because sometimes if you do drag it over here, then as it is there, if I let go now, it's going to delete those two parts, and we don't want that, so we'll just drag that above. That's actually a perfect clip, though. Yeah. And we repeat the process. If you want to zoom, just either double click. Seeing that it works in layers, like most video editing programs, if you double click on this, then it will, if it's a full screen thing and you want to try and click on the video below it, if this is covering it, like if I were to do what's a technique called nesting, which I'll explain a bit later, as you can see, if I double click here, it's going to pick up the green screen. It's not going to pick this up. So you just need to fix, like, so you just need to, like, pay attention to that, because sometimes I want to click, well, sometimes, yeah, never mind. It's like sometimes I have maybe, like, overlays above this, then when I want to double click and move like this, I click and I accidentally leave the overlay. So if you want to, like, how am I going to say this? If you want to just keep, if you just want to work with the bottom thing, you can just go over here and track lock. Then you can edit with just everything without moving the thing that you don't want moved. Where do you download your green screen effects? Just on YouTube. Just Google search YouTube green screen effect, whatever you're looking for, download it that way. However you choose to download those things, you can do one of two things. Download something that downloads videos off of YouTube. Go to a site that downloads that off of YouTube, or in some cases just go on OBS, record the thing that you want, record the effect that you want, and then just bring it over to Premiere. But I think that's a little bit too much work if you don't get it perfectly. What I sometimes do, if I just want certain sound effects, I'll just go to Premiere, OBS, I'll record a sound effect, bring it in, trim it out, then put it there. But yeah, I just download the stuff from YouTube. How you guys download it, that's entirely up to you. I use sites and apps, depending which one works faster. Sometimes the site works faster, sometimes the app works faster. So that's how I do all this stuff. If they sometimes in some cases, if it's like a sound effect pack or some green screen packs, then sometimes they'll have it linked in the description, but sometimes I don't trust it, because the sites could probably be dodgy for all that we know. Like, they can probably just link you something and then it might work fine for them, but when we click on that, it'll give you malware, so I'll just download it directly off YouTube where I know it's safe. Like I said, however you guys want to do it, that's entirely up to you. I'm just here to teach you. Now, as you can see, green screen is applied. Now, how we want... Now, obviously, you can do this however way you like. I'm just going to show, like, the way I used to do it, which takes a bit longer, but you can tweak it a lot more to the way how you want it. So what we're going to do here is we are going to go to video effects, and then there's an entire folder specifically just for keying. Now you have a shit ton of stuff here: Luma key, non-red key, remove matte, track matte. I don't know what 90% of that shit does. You know, track matte, matte pat, whatever the fuck you want to use it for. The two I use the most often is the color key and the ultra key. So we're going to go to the color key first. Now, I don't really know what's the difference. All that I've known out of my time using this is that the color key, they practically work the same, but you can like tweak it just a little bit more when you do a color key. That's just my opinion. I haven't used it that much, and I haven't used any of the rest. So then all you do, you click there on the eyedropper, go over to there, click there. Hey, look, it's gone. Then you can just adjust the color tolerance, which will basically like just remove more of the green, but you can be a little bit more precise with it if you want. Let's say you intentionally want it, then you can leave it like that, then it looks horrible. Edge thin, I guess it also just removes, so you can just clean it up a bit. Yeah, dude, it's easy now, but wait till you see the next one. And edge feathering, if you just want to have a lot more of a softer edge, then you can just tweak it the way how you want it to, and then you're pretty much golden. Now, I don't use that much anymore unless I need to like remove a specific color and just toggle it. Like whenever I do like music video edits and that kind of stuff, music videos, I'm just saying something in that line. But what you do, but do you want to see something easier, Cliff? You go to Ultra key. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to add the effect, just drag and drop, just like that. With the Ultra key, there's a shit ton of stuff as well, but I don't really use it because it does exactly what I need to. You indeed click on the eyedropper tool, go over here, click, and it's gone. Everything is perfect. Maybe not really perfect, but you just literally click, everything's gone. And it's as easy as that. That's how you do keying. So now if we say guns, just probably need to adjust the sound effects. So yeah, color, I don't know exactly. You can tweak the... why is it... Oh, hang on, never mind. I just didn't understand for a second what's going on. Let's just do this. And it's as easy as that. Drag and drop, you're done. If you have the Ultra key, yeet. I don't know what DaVinci Resolve has. I'm sure it has an equivalent to that. Just click on the color, it's gone. It's so much easier. Chroma keying, this is overall what it's called. You know, it's keying, it's the same, but it's like there's different kinds of keying, and Ultra key just works the best. Like, if they have a Ultra key equivalent where you just click and it takes it immediately away, then that works. There's also, but this is in After Effects, there's another technique that you can use to do that, but I can't remember it. But this is just easier. Haven't worked in After Effects for a while. I don't really use it to like do special effects. I'd rather just do that for animation, but still... This is how you do keying, especially in Premiere Pro. If DaVinci Resolve by any chance has that in it, then look for that. Just drag in the video that you want, whether or not there's a sound effect in it, or if you just want the video playing over it, then that's just up to you. So there you go. That's how I do my green screen stuff. Okay, that was... Oh, okay, nah, I see. This is just gonna be audio stuff because I hear it just... it only shows where it's still cocking the gun. So, easy fix, unlink. Look for where it's, like, shooting immediately. Drag it back. Line them nicely up with each other. Also want to make sure if you want everything to be precise, there's a snap tool here. You can press S, then it's more free form, but I prefer having it being as perfect as possible. So, yeet over there. And then we just relink these two. If you want a visual, I don't know what the hell this is, so... Well, sometimes it's not necessary. I'm just saying it's just easier that way, that if we need to move them, what we can actually do as well is just... you can either just press group or just press Control G. Then if you click them, they'll both... It's essentially like they'll be linked. So, yeah, that's how I do green screens. And then when we play that scene back, that's just the thing I use a lot. So it's kind of like a running gag for my channel at this point. And over here, I say I don't have bullets, so easy thing. And then I just show the emptiness. I'm going to add a meme in after that, so stay tuned for that. I don't know what. It's probably going to be like a sad meme or some shit, and that's it. Just going to quickly run through all this because just want to get everything as fast as possible because I've explained everything I wanted to explain about zooms and all that stuff, so we can just get into the effects. And I always just love it to be as precise as possible. Like, the minute when I say something, I want it to be zoomed in, like, frame perfect. So... Yeah, this is also something that sometimes happens. Like, I want the character that needs to be focused to be in the center, so we just do basically the position thing that I've mentioned. Just play frame by frame, just adjust the position so that the character is always in the center. It's not going to look that smooth, but at least it gets the point across, I guess. So there you go. Where the camera was constantly panning away from him, now it's focused on him so people know who is talking, and yeah. Thought I was moving there, to be honest, but that's fine. I'll just do this, and we'll just zoom in on him again, where I just say off, then yeet. There we go, seamless. Just gonna be quiet because I just want to quickly concentrate. Guess I can just remove that. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
Just get up there. Just get up there. Up. Try that again. Oh, I'm going to hit you.
Ah, well, let's keep that in.
Don't like it. Just get up there. Just get up. Just get up there. Up. Just get up there. Up. Try that again. Oh, I'm going. Oh.
I'll focus on that just now. I think it's when I do the memes, I think it will be easier. And just bring the key, just that keyframe just closer.
I'm going to hit you now. I'm going to hit you now. Move strong now. Move strong. Strong now. Hey, now I remember you. Oh, now I remember. Strong now. Hey, now I remember you. Oh, fuck. Is that just it? Shit. Fuck. Is that just it? Shit.
Okay, sorry I'm not talking too much now. I just need to concentrate this. Just concentrate for a second because this wouldn't really take that long normally.
Is that just it? Fuck.
Go frame perfect, just where they vanish. Just zoom in on that, and then yeet.
Shit. It's round two. Ah. Is that just it? Shit. Shit. It's round two. Shit. It's round. Shit. It's round two. Two. Ouch. Round two. Ouch. Sleep. Two. Ouch. Sleep.
I'll also quickly show you, like, if you've seen in a few of my videos, I've this, like, shake effect where it blurs and everything. I'll show you how to do that as well. Sadly, only something I think works on Premiere Pro, but I think in DaVinci Resolve you might have something like that as well. I don't know. I've never worked with that, but we'll see. Let me just want to see how that looks. And now I just want the camera to follow, so just repeat the steps I showed you with the dog, then yeet. Should be golden. I just hope that's not too bright. Frame perfect. I mean, I guess we can just zoom because it's gonna. You aren't even gonna notice that the thing's zoomed in. There we go. And just follow step by step. This takes a lot of time. Normally, if I do stuff like this, I'll listen to music, but normally I don't. I guess we can also like zoom, I think, but let's just add the keyframe there and then let it zoom like this. Very good. I was expecting for you to comment on something, but that's fine.
You missed. You missed.
I don't always need to zoom in on every single word.
You missed. Lost to normal enemies. I quit you. Lost. Lost. To
I guess we can just do 2 and then yeet that in.
lost to normal enemy.
It's actually ironic how the screen just went red when I said normal. Perfect timing. Yes, let's just get it.
Lost to normal. Lost to normal. Lost to normal.
Yeah, there's also another technique that we can use. Let's do that. We'll just, yeah, it's just,
Lost to normal.
because I think I should have zoomed when I said normal. I think that actually works. Let's watch the whole thing from the beginning again.
Assholes. Can we just talk about it? I don't have words. Yay. Ow. Goodbye. Yay. Fuck off. Don't like it. Just get up there. Let's try that again. Oh my God. I'm going to hit you now. Oh, strong now. Hey, now I remember you. Oh, fuck. Is that just it? Shit. It's round 2. Ow. Sleep. You missed. Ow. Lost to normal enemies with YouTube.
So I'll also do like, this is going to also be a pretty cool trick that I'm going to show you now as well. Takes a little bit of time, but it's something we call masking. It's almost pretty much the same thing as using a green screen, but this time you make your own one. So let me just do something. I'll be back on everything right now. Let's see if everything's working fine. And all should be fine. Yeah, okay. Let's just get back to it. Let's get back to it.
Quit YouTube. I'm getting pissed. I'm getting pissed.
Gotta repeat this stuff just to get it, like, precisely in.
Pissed. Fuck you all. No, don't hurt me. No, don't hurt me.
Guess we can also, like make a fucking funny, like, kind of a meme on that as well. I'll do it now.
Don't hurt. No, don't hurt me.
Let's zoom. I'm also gonna like, this is gonna be another trick that I can teach. What we have, if I don't know if you've seen this, below scale you get uniform scale. So what that basically does is it locks. This is a locked aspect ratio, which basically means that it'll just zoom and will still maintain its shape. But if you uncheck that, we are free to stretch this thing out as much as we want, and that's how you pretty much get like. And we can animate that. So I think, I guess. And what we're gonna do, yeah, I'll do that right now. Then I can teach you the nesting. So then we stretch this thing out. Then it looks like that. Then what we're gonna do, when you call, what we do here now is called nesting. There's also something in After Effects. It's called a precomposition, which essentially what that does is if you have any effects and stuff that you've edited into a certain scene, if you nest or pre-comp the stuff, it's essentially a folder that contains all of those edits within it. So if you see now, if we double click, we get that normal scene again. If we just find it again, never mind, but you still get the point. Then we can find it, we can tweak everything inside there again, and on top of that, we can edit the actual nest. So like you see, if the thing is zoomed now, it's like stretch now, it's essentially like this is how the clip was imported into the actual, how am I gonna say, this is how the clip essentially looks like. It's as if though this clip was exported and then how am I gonna say it? It's exported, then it was like re-added into. So now We can just do a zoom again. Just into his face, that it looks as distorted as possible. Thank goodness I did this in 720p.
Oh, no, don't hurt me. You're all dead. Do not give me water. I have none. Do not give me water. Give me water. I have none, but I need this. Water. I have none, but I
Eat this.
need this. Wait. Need this. Wait. Final round then.
Yeah, I'm gonna like omit that final round part. It's unnecessary because you just say final round, then we're already in the snow. So I mean, I guess it just makes more sense of doing this and doing that. And let's add this. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a panning shot so that you can see like all the enemies at one shot, and at one time, whatever. Accidentally clicked something wrong, so let's quickly. Oh, come on. And it shows pretty much everyone, so maybe just a little bit slower. So we just take the keyframe, stretch it out.
Lots of you. I'm about to
Kick.
many.
There we go. Now we got the zooms ready. I'm gonna add some stuff over that, so yeah. No, I don't need a keyframe for that. It's gonna be like this by default.
Just leave. Just leave me alone. I'm talking.
And we'll do this.
Many ass. Just leave me alone. I'm talking. Talking. Oh. Many ass. Just leave me alone. I'm talking. Oh, they look mad. Oh, they look
Just quickly, just get.
mad.
Oh, missed that. Yeet. Then let's do that. Zoom in on them.
Ass. Just leave me alone. I'm talking. Oh, they look mad. I'm out of here. Hook me. Get out of here. Hook me. They're becoming strong. This isn't good. Hook me. They're becoming strong.
I accidentally messed up. But I am going to quickly take a break now, so just want to get something to drink, do some other stuff quickly, and I will be back right now. And just a minute, I mean. Sorry about that. It took just a little bit longer than I thought it would have, but okay, almost done with the zooms, and we can just get started with the memes.
Hey, now I remember you. Oh, fuck! Is that just it? Okay. Shit. Ah, it's round 2. Ow. Sleep. Ah, you missed. Ow. I lost to normal enemies. I quit YouTube. Okay, I'm getting pissed. Fuck you all. No, don't hurt me. You're all dead. Don't really do much. Give me water. I have none, but I can eat this. Ooh, lots of you. I am about to kick many ass. Just leave me alone. I'm talking. Oh, they look mad. I'm out of here. Look me. They're becoming strong. This isn't good. Forgive me. Oh, they look mad. I'm out of here. Look me. They're becoming strong. This isn't good. Forgive me. Killing you. I'm out of here. Look me. They're becoming strong. This isn't good. Forgive me.
We can just remove that point. This isn't good. I mean, I think the situation's pretty much clear to everyone that's not good.
Becoming strong. Becoming strong. Forgive me. Be strong. Forgive me. Killing your sister. Killing your sister. She was just standing there. Why are they blue? Why are they blue?
I think if anyone knows my videos, they know exactly what meme I'm gonna do.
Blue. I am sick of this. That's you. You are going to die. Dead. I'm sick of this. That's you. You are going.
That sounds stupid, so let's just do this.
Why are they blue? Dead. Is that it? Okay.
And then all we do is just put a transition. So what I normally use when it comes down to the beginning and the ending, you can either use a crossfade or dip to black, because crossfade would just normally like fade directly into the next scene seamlessly, whereas if there isn't a scene to fade into, then it's always gonna go black. So let's just do dip to black, and then that's it.
Okay.
So, and also what I like to do in a situation like that, with a fade, what we're going to be doing is exponential fade, which will fade out smoothly along with it. And obviously, audio fade just basically means it's going to either go louder or become quieter. There's two ways of doing that, but we'll just do... okay, that's too fast. So, yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I mean, it's just something that person can use out of preference. And so, the zooms are finished. Let's just do that. Is that it? And then...
Is that it? Okay.
And that's it. That's the zooms, and now we get to the fun part, which is going to be the memes. Them good memes. So, let's start. Okay, I call the guy an asshole, so I'm just gonna make, like... This isn't something I've done in a while, so let's just get some stock images going, and then we shall see. We're going to add some stuff. Let's grab some PNGs. Just use stock images from wherever you want to fucking download them from, and I removed the wrong thing. You guys saw my wallpaper. Oh no. I'm doxxed. Everyone knows where I am now. I'm sorry if it dipped here. It's actually going to be the first time I'm streaming and actually downloading stuff, so I don't think it's going to work. So, I don't know. I don't really want to drop what I'm doing now, so... Yeah, it's dipping way too much now. So, you know what I'm going to do? I think that I've done everything now. I've taught a few people, and everybody would know more or less what I'm going to do from this point onwards. If you've edited a video, if you want to put videos, images, PNGs, green screens, I hope that this video helped. I might do a separate video, because when it comes to video, I can just record offline, and then I'll just edit something around that soon. I mean, later. But in any case, that I thank you guys so much for joining these 2 streams, technically 3, but the third one I didn't really teach a lot of people anything. I hope I have been capable of helping you and giving you a little bit of an insight on how I edit my stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. I am John from the channel with the freakishly long name. I will see you guys in this next video.